Hey there, Bulldog Country. This week I'm talking with Joey and Mikey Anderson of the men's hockey team about what it's like to have a brother on the team as well as their experience as a Bulldog so far.
For UMD, take another look at it. Sarah Kelly put it home, a freshman.
2:05. He's a big young boy. Here's a chance in front. They score! Corin flipped it in there. Iafallo went to the net. They combined to give Minnesota.
Hi, I'm Joey, and I'm a sophomore on the men's hockey team.
I'm Mikey. I'm a freshman defenseman on the men's hockey team.
And we're both from Roseville, Minnesota.
Go Dogs.
So to start out, I just want to thank you guys for coming here today. Over winter break, you both participated in the World Junior Championships with U20 Team USA. Joey, this was your second year back with Team USA, and you were named a captain. Can you talk about what kind of honor that was, being named captain of Team USA, and then also having your brother Mikey there by your side?
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. I think I've had a good history with USA Hockey, playing with the U.S. national teams, U17 and U18 teams, and this is something that I take a lot of pride in, and being able to be the captain was a really, really special honor for me, and something that obviously a lot of really, really special people have had that opportunity before me. So to be one of those guys in that category was something that I take a lot of pride in, and obviously to do it with Mikey was really, really cool. I think we roomed together at the tournament, and we were together basically the whole time, and he complements my personality really well, and makes things as enjoyable as I can make them.
And Mikey, what was it like for you having your brother named captain of that team?
Yeah, it's really special. I mean, growing up as little kids, we watched the tournament and dream about being able to play in it one day, and we go out in the backyard rink and pretend we're actually playing in the tournament, and then when we found out he was named captain, it's kind of a surreal moment. Just your heart just kind of drops for a second. It's like, wow, like it actually happened. So I mean, it's pretty cool thing, and then being able to have just such a close relationship with him makes it that much more special.
And among the U20 Team USA roster, there were players from schools like the U of M, Boston University, Boston College, St. Cloud. What was it like having those guys that you usually play against be your teammates?
Well, yeah, it was really cool. I think, like I said, I've been very fortunate and been able to play for USA Hockey in numerous different occasions, and I've actually gotten to know really well a lot of the players at those schools, and we come back to a tournament like the World Junior Championship, and it's it's really special already having that connection with those guys, and we put those rivalries on hold from the college season, and we focus as Team USA and our mission of beating other countries, and it was a really unique, special group that we had, and made for a really, really fun experience.
And kind of going off that, was the transition from playing in the NCHC to participating in the World Junior Championships difficult for you guys in terms of playing style and abilities of your teammates with Team USA?
I think at times it can be a little bit. I mean, obviously we're playing with a bunch of new faces, so you're trying to figure out your own teammates, but at the same time, every country has their unique style of play. So as well as we're trying to figure out each other out. You're looking at Team Sweden, who's going to play different than Team Canada, and every night you're changing your game style a little bit just so you can try and have ultimately that much more success against the other countries.
And traveling back in time a little bit, it's no secret that you two didn't always get along as brothers. Is there a specific time that either of you remember being the maddest you've ever been at your brother?
If we get into some story time here, probably the worst I've been was my sister's grad party. I was 15, turning 16, and we were playing a game of ping pong, or like sting pong, where you run around the table, and it was down. We started with 8 players. We were down to 3 of us, and I thought Mikey was being a little touchy with his play, and then I ended up losing, and then it turned into an absolute bloodbath of me throwing my paddle at Mikey, I'm chasing them around the table, and all of this is happening. We have 30 or 40 kids in our garage. Some dads are starting to come in. Everyone's watching this happen, and I'm absolutely screaming at them. My dad's trying to calm me down. I can't be stopped. Mikey's just like, get away from me. And then I finally get him, and I'm like starting to beat on him. And then someone comes up behind me, grabs me, and Mikey's on the ground, and he throws a punch, cuts my eye open. I'm bleeding. I'm getting more and more mad now. All these people are watching this happen. My sister's laughing. She thinks it's hilarious. Everyone's just absolutely in shock. They don't know what's going on. And it's like, it happens all the time.
And is that the same for you, probably?
Probably one of the more scarier moments of my life. I wasn't really mad. I was more scared. Probably in the past, just getting mad, and if we would go out to eat as a family for like a special occasion, we always order like a dessert to share. You know, usually our parents wouldn't have any, but for me, Joey, and then our sister Sammy, we'd all sit down to share it. And by the time I could pick up my spoon, half of it was already gone because Joey had it in his mouth already, and it's just a mud pile, just getting it in there so I can't have any. And I mean, it was repeatedly happening. So I mean, probably the build up every time we'd go out to eat of that happening would kind of be the one that always got me the most mad.
But things are okay with you two now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And about what age did you two realize that you worked better as a team rather than always competing against each other or fighting over the little stuff?
I mean, I think we've always kind of worked together. We'd have more moments where it would be we disagree on something, or we're playing with each other and we don't like what one of us did, so then it ends in a fight. But I mean, for the most part, it was always kind of us doing everything together, and then once something goes wrong, it's oh, you did this wrong, and then no, you did this wrong, and then we start fighting, and then parents get mad, and then it kind of just happens again and again.
That's what I think. Yeah, I think we played against each other a lot more when we were younger, which led to a lot more fights. And now that we're older, like we play Xbox on the same team. We don't usually like play against each other, and so that obviously has limited a lot of fights and things like that. And then like we're smarter now and more mature, I think. And we were apart for 3 years playing hockey, so I think the time apart really it brought us closer together. And I think, we came back and we don't really want to spend all our time fighting with each other anymore.
And Mikey, looking ahead to this upcoming series against UND this weekend, there's always been a big rivalry between the Bulldogs and the Fighting Hawks. This is your first time experiencing that kind of rivalry. What are your thoughts on going into this series and playing against a top 7 opponent with fans that travel so well?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I've watched them, growing up as a kid, and seeing them, how they've had some good years, and I mean, especially watching them play the Bulldogs, it's been a lot of fun watching the two teams compete. But just knowing how good they are and how hard they play, I think it's going to make for a really fun weekend. And
Joey, what are your thoughts on the upcoming weekend?
Yeah, it's going to be. This answer made me laugh. No, it's going to be a really competitive weekend, and they play a hard, heavy game, and it makes for like you said, extremely competitive, fun weekends, and should be a really good series to watch.
And looking ahead, how have you two personally and also as a team been mentally and physically preparing for 5 hockey games in a span of 9 days?
Well, I just think we've been taking rest really seriously. That's probably the biggest thing, and you watch what you eat and make sure you're drinking lots of water. Like I said, go to bed early, get up, do your job. Don't be out running around all day. Stay off your feet as much as you can, and you gotta focus on being a hockey player in these next couple weeks. And I think as a whole, our group's been doing that.
And last but not least, can you guys each walk us through the most memorable hockey moment in your life, starting with you, Mikey?
I'd probably say just the past month being with Team USA and being able to go through that whole experience, and then specifically the outdoor game we had. I mean, no one was really sure what to kind of expect going into it. We knew there was going to be a lot of fans, and then when we walk out of the tunnel and the place is packed and they got fireworks going off and there's band out there playing, I mean, everyone was kind of just in shock. And then as the game goes on and it gets dark and snow is falling, I mean, everyone, it just felt like we were little kids playing on a pond. So, I mean, everyone was having fun. I mean, it was probably the most fun I've ever had playing a game of hockey.
And for you?
You're probably winning the gold medal at that same tournament. This year was fun in different ways, but the gold medal was something that I don't know if I'll ever feel that again. That was on its own level. Just incredible.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, now we are going to do something we've never done before in an interview, and we are going to play a game called the shoe game. I'll have you both remove your shoes and then trade one shoe with the other brother. And now,
That's cool.
now you're going to be asked a series of questions, such as who is the most likely to end up in the penalty box, and then hold up the shoe of the person that you think is the best answer to the question. Are you ready?
Yep.
Who is the better driver? Who tries the hardest in school? Who is most likely to be in the penalty box? Who is more creative? Who is the better cook? Who is more likely to get injured? Who is more likely to be running late? Who is the better dresser?
I mean, these are tough questions, but
Who is better looking? Who is messier? Who smells worse? Who is the funniest? And last but not least, who is your favorite brother? Thanks, guys.